right now, as we suffer through the final painful days of this bear market, is the time for us to be looking for the new leaders. The stocks that are holding up via relative strength compared to the rest of the market. The stocks that are going up while the rest of the market is going down. How do you find these stocks? Well, one thing we can do is simplify our search by focusing on these four major areas. The biggest winners in the stock market, 75%, in fact, the biggest winners in the stock market have come from the areas that I'm going to show you right now. This is information that I learned from Mark Minervini on Mark Minervini Private Access. I'll put a link in the description below to his stock training service, I think is what it is best described at. And just remember also, this is just for entertainment, just for education. This is not investment advice. And if you want to see my portfolio and focus list, be sure to check out my Patreon page as well, also in the description. So, the first of the four industry groups is retail. These are companies where the retail shoppers like myself buy our goods. These are places like Nike that has had a spectacular 20-year move. This is companies like Monster Beverage, which has had a nice consistent move up the last 20 years, which put on a monster run from 2003 to 2006. This includes companies like Ross Stores, which, as you can see, also made a great move from 2009 to about 2020. That's area number one, consumer retail. Area number two, you can probably guess, is technology. Companies that change the world via disruptive technology. Computer companies, software companies, internet companies, and high-tech inventions. One of the best in history was Axon Enterprises, which in the early 2000s disrupted the law enforcement world with the invention of the taser. And as you can see, from 2003 to 2005, it made a spectacular, nearly vertical move. For 2 years, it almost went straight up. Amazing. Another example, of course, is Apple. After its iPhone moment, which was in the early 2000s, if memory serves, they had, it's just had a spectacular 45-degree up and to the right run, as we like to see. One more example in the technology industry is Zoom, which is not a pretty chart to look at anymore, but during the height of the pandemic, it made a spectacular 2-year move, well, let's say 1-year move, 2020 to 21, from about 50 to almost 600. That's a pretty good gain for 1 year. YouTube, Tesla stock continues tanking. Yeah, tell me about it. So that's area number two, technology. The third one is biotechs, medical product companies, pharmaceutical companies, medical technology companies. Let me just show you 3 examples from the past. One is a stock that's still doing really well today, and that is Eli Lilly. Really nice long-term chart. Another one is Dexcom with the glucose monitoring systems and diabetes management solutions. After putting in a long base in 2006 to 2014, has stair-stepped its way up quite impressively. And one more from the biotechs is Abbott Laboratories, which for the last 10 years or so has made really a substantial, maybe 60-degree uptrend. Very impressive. It's currently in stage 4. It's not a buy right now, But as you can see, the biotechs are one of the most explosive industries. The last of the four areas is leisure and entertainment. We waste a lot of money, or maybe not waste is the right word, we spend a lot of money on entertainment and enjoying ourselves at home after work and on vacation. Let me show you 3 stocks from this industry. The first one from the leisure and entertainment industry is one of the best performing stocks of all time, Netflix, whose movie in the mail service, followed by movie streaming service, revolutionized the way we watched movies and put a bunch of nails in Blockbuster's coffin, and had really a spectacular 20-year run. Finally, well, it's certainly in a stage 4 downtrend right now. Will it pull out of here? I have a feeling it will at some point. Our second of 3 stocks in this area, here's Marriott Vacations, higher end hotel rooms and lodging. Certainly an erratic chart, but as you can see, its first 3 years after its IPO, it had a really impressive rise. And then the last one is Yeti. This is a company that makes top of the line, expensive thermoses, and coffee mugs, and coolers for camping. They're kind of status symbols. It's kind of funny that owning a particular cooler could be a status symbol, but they were, and I guess maybe still are. Now, certainly the stock has rolled over. You don't want to be owning it right now. But as you can see, camping became one of the only things to do during the COVID crisis. And it ran from 15 all the way up to about 100 in just a couple years. So 75% of the biggest winners come from these areas. These are the areas we should be looking. Now, what about the other 25%? So 15% of the other big winners are financial companies. The banks, big banks, small banks, brokerages. JP Morgan is one such example, which has had an erratic but impressive move the last 10 years or so. 15%, the banking industry, and then the other 10% is just everything else. All of the industries combined. Right now, the hot industry in this area, the everything else area, I suppose would be the energy stocks. Although, gosh, it seems like their long run, it's getting long in the tooth. Here's Devon Energy, which has had a great run the last couple years. So now is the time to be doing research, to be looking for those new leaders in these, the top 4 areas, like I said. And hey, if you've come across any stocks in these areas that you feel might be the leaders in the next bull market, let me know in the comments below. And consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you found this information valuable. All right, big CPI index information coming out tomorrow. It's probably going to be another volatile day, so fasten your seatbelt. Take care, everyone.